yo. What's up, my good people in the YouTube world and beyond? You already know who it is. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy B. I'm right back up at you cats with another video. And what's poppin', y'all? How y'all feeling today, man? How's y'all feeling today? I'm actually excellent, man. I'm actually excellent. I hope y'all doing well, too. How was y'all weekend, people? How was y'all weekend? Did you get everything done that you set out to get done? Did you? These are some questions that you got to ask yourself, my people. Because time is passing. And it waits absolutely for nobody, man. So the best bet is to go out there and attack it. But I'm preaching too much. What's up with y'all? How y'all feeling? I'm good, y'all. I'm good. Had a great weekend. Great weekend. We're gonna get into that. I preach about happiness, man, a lot. I preach about happiness a lot, man. I preach about happiness a lot. But I'm truly of the impression that everybody got their own different happiness function or percentages. But what I believe is that some of us think that if we just live in life reckless and free and not having any type of responsibilities or not making a difference in the world, that you'll be happy. I completely disagree with that, man. I completely disagree with that. I believe that true happiness comes with a little bit of a percentage. You want to have times where you don't feel pressured, but as a human, I think evolution bestowed upon us a sense of wanting to make our species move forward. Also, when in doubt, the factor of responsibility, man. Responsibility. But that's all I got to say on that. That's all I got to say on that. But the weekend went good, y'all. The weekend most definitely went well. I watched that fight on Saturday with Teofimo Lopez. He was going up against Rolly Romero. It was a good fight, definitely a good fight. Let's speak about two things. Number one is the Zone app. I've been messing with the Zone for a minute, y'all. For a minute. I think I had that app installed for, I remember I was in my apartment when it came out. And it promised to stop pay-per-views in boxing. But it fell a little bit short of that promise. But they actually are making up for it. I sit back and I look at the fights that they gave me. And they gave us some pretty good fights, man. They definitely did. The price now is a little bit steep. I think it's like $44 a month to pay for the Zone. And I think they promised like maybe 1 or 2 pay-per-view fights every month. But it was cool. It was definitely cool, man. It was a good fight. Teofimo Lopez won. I'm happy for him. He is also a New Yorker. So shout out to that man, Teofimo Lopez. He's from Brooklyn. And Rolly Romero got power, y'all. And he's like a sneaky kind of boxer, you know. He kind of reminds me of Danny Garcia a little bit. Remind me a little bit of Danny Garcia, but I think his hands are a little bit harder, or his hands are a little bit heavier than Danny Garcia. But I think they remind me a lot of each other. We got one person on the check-in. We got Rachel on the check-in. She said hi. She said, hi, where's this place? This is Long Island, New York, Nassau County. Nassau County, New York. We are a suburb of New York City. We about maybe 30 to 45 minutes away from Queens, and about 45 minutes to an hour away from Manhattan, depending on the traffic, you feel me? but in the area, you probably know a lot of people from this area. Probably know a lot of people, a lot of names from this area, you know. But yeah, the fight was good. The fight was definitely good. I'm happy that I do have that DAZN membership. And Teofimo won. Teofimo won. So it was a pretty good fight. It wasn't boring. Some people was trying to say it was boring, but it wasn't boring to me. It definitely wasn't boring to me. Then we did produce a video for the page. It's speaking about the crime statistics in New York City, week to date, last week, and also the year to date. And overall, New York City crime is down, y'all. Overall, New York City crime is down. Certain things are definitely down, like homicides. We down so much since the peak around COVID time. We're down so much since that time, but like felony assaults, we up a little bit, like 1% felony assaults from last year. So Rachel asked me, what time is it now? Right now here in New York, it is 4:41. 4:41 a.m. Where you checking in from, Rachel? Where you checking in from? Where you coming in from, man? You know? Where you checking in from? So yeah, we finished that. I was speaking about the crime statistics again. Felony assaults went up, but most of the other major crimes went down in New York. If you're interested in that type of information, you guys need to subscribe to the page. You guys need to check that out, you know what I mean? We got somebody, Rachel says she is from Nagaland, India. Okay, all right. Shout out to my people in India. We get a lot of people checking in from India. Shout out to my people in India, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all stay checking the Outlier podcast. And we got 7 people in that check-in. Y'all better hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if this is something that you're into. And what's this? This ain't nothing special, man. Nothing special, just a regular dude walking his way to work every single morning. Speaking about the day, y'all. Speaking about the day. Yeah. So, yep. Finish that on the page. Y'all go check that out. We also got a documentary coming out. I was thinking about what I want to do for this documentary. Since we on Freeport, I got a crazy story about something that happened out here in Freeport during Prohibition time. This is a story that I doubt a lot of y'all heard about. And it happened over here by Freeport Docks. Y'all know Freeport has a little boating area over here where people come to eat, come over here to chill. It's peace. But during Prohibition, something crazy was going on. And we're going to speak about that. I'm going to do a story about that. So Rachel said, just be careful on the way. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try. At these times in the morning, it could be a little tricky. Most definitely be a little tricky. But we're going to see, y'all. We definitely going to see. Yep. So, again, subscribe. Hit that like button. Y'all already know what it is. So now we get to the main topic of the show. And this revolves around my insulin, people. Revolves around the insulin. So y'all know I'm diabetic. Y'all know I'm diabetic. We won't go back into how I became a diabetic. But just know I am. You dig? No issue there. But check this out. I was having issues with my insulin. Y'all know I got the insulin pump, the Omnipod, and I do the continuous glucose monitor. And that is the Dexcom. So these two things work together and they act as an artificial pancreas, because I told you cats that my pancreas was removed and now my body does not produce insulin. Does not produce insulin. So for the last month or so, I would say I didn't have my continuous glucose monitor because these things fall off of my body sometimes when I sweat. And the adhesive falls off. And what happens is your insurance only covers a certain amount. So I was running through them. And my insurance didn't cover it for like a month. Now, the Dexcom, which is the glucose monitor, it works with the Omnipod. Now, I had the pods. I had a prescription for the pods, but I didn't have any insulin, and my insurance wasn't covering the insulin. So I had like one vial of insulin, and I was using it, and I was being just very, very, very sparing on it. I was using it sparingly, if that's a word. And what happened is it finally got renewed. Finally got renewed. And what happened is I got that prescription filled out on Saturday morning for my fast-acting insulin. So now I put them both together, the fast-acting insulin along with my Omnipod. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? Everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. And all the Saturday, all the Sunday, and Monday morning, my sugar has been under control, y'all. My sugar has been under control. And up until that time, I was used to my extremities tingling a little bit, going to the bathroom a lot. I used to feel very, very, very weak on the weekends where I was sleeping more than I wanted to. And guess what? I got way, way, way more energy now, y'all, with my controlled sugars. Way more energy. And it feels good to wake up feeling good, man. It feels real good to wake up feeling good. That is a luxury that you don't know you have until you get sick, man. Until you get sick. So I say, sometimes, man, young people don't realize how good they got it. Because when you start getting in your 40s and 50s and 60s, and you see that your health ain't granted to you, you start to think like, damn, man, I wasted my health on doing what? Doing what? Drinking? All types of craziness. Somebody came in on the check-in, they asked me, what are you going to do? I'm going to the train station. I got to catch a train. My train leave around 5 o'clock, y'all. Going to the train station. Catch my train, y'all. Catch my train. So I'm headed to work this morning. What you doing up, man? What are you doing up? But yeah, I got that energy, y'all. Definitely got that energy. I'm feeling good. My sugar is under control. And even prior to that, I was telling y'all about the watermelon that I was eating. I was telling y'all about the pistachios that I've been eating, the nuts and the wraps and all that type of stuff. And all that stuff was changing prior to me even having the Omnipod and all of this other stuff. But within a phase of a month and a half, almost 2 months, everything is running smoothly. And each part, right? Each part came in small, like it wasn't no huge swing. It was just small parts working together, yo. I got thumbs up. Was good, brother. Where you checking in from? And what time is it? Where you at? Where you checking in from? And what time is it? Where y'all at, man? You dig? So, yeah, man. You know, it definitely feels good. Definitely feels good, my people. Feel real good. So, get out and have my health on point, man. It's just one thing I don't really have to worry about. One thing I don't have to really worry about, you know? So I also took that concept and applied it to other things in my life, yo. Took that same concept and applied it to other things in my life. And I think we're gonna definitely make a change, y'all. Definitely make a change. And it just feel good, man. Definitely feel good. We got Crystal. She came in. She said, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 349. Okay, what up, my people in Green Bay? Green Bay. That's what up, yo. I want to go to Green Bay. You the first person to check in from Wisconsin. I was in Milwaukee like maybe 3-4 years ago. I got a cousin who lived out there in Milwaukee. And it was nice, man. I had fun out there. He lived, I think he wasn't in the city of Milwaukee. I think he was just slightly outside of Milwaukee. slightly outside of Milwaukee. And it was a real nice neighborhood where he was staying at. A real nice neighborhood where he was staying at, you feel me? It was cool. It was definitely cool, man. You know? Definitely cool out there in Wisconsin. One thing I kept thinking about is Jeffrey Dahmer. He from Milwaukee, right? I remember X-Clan. They used to have a song. They was like, they called me an animal, but in Milwaukee there's a cannibal. They was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, you know. But I knew about Jeffrey Dahmer even when they found him. When they found him, when I was a kid, I used to know about Jeffrey Dahmer. One of the main things that stuck in my head over there about him was when one of those, I guess, a family member of the victim got mad and started cursing him out. Even as a kid, I was like, yo, that chick ain't gonna get too close from him. She ain't gonna get too close to him. You know what I mean? Crystal came on and said, he sure is. You're right. But yeah, you know, so even back then I was like, you know, that's crazy. But I looked at that Jeffrey Dahmer story, and it's some real interesting stuff because, like, you know, as a straight man, you don't think that, you know, you think that serial killers kill just gay men. Like, you got to be kind of gay. Well, when I was a kid, I thought that. But then as I got older, and I'm looking at people like John Wayne Gacy, and I'm looking at people like Jeffrey Dahmer. So imagine you just chilling, because I was listening to the testimony of one of the people who escaped them. We got Crystal on the check-in. Somebody said an ex of mine told me he tried to take him for a ride. I don't believe him, though. That's crazy, son. Why you don't believe him? Why you don't believe your friend? You know? That's crazy, man. I'm telling you, that's wild. It's wild because, like, you think that, all right, you straight, you strong, you healthy. Ain't no way no other man gonna try to, you know, do something like that to you. And when you look at some of the ways that Jeffrey Dahmer in particular, in my life, you know, I told you cats I used to be an alcoholic. That's how I got my pancreatitis. I used to drink so damn much in my early 20s. And I was an athlete. You know, I played baseball. I was strong, muscular, completely different than I am now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 5'9", and at one time I used to work out, punch walls, and all types of just crazy, stupid, macho stuff. And I used to weigh about like 180, yo. I look at those pictures, I was like, damn, I was a big. He said, Lies was his nickname, that's why. Damn, if your nickname is Lies, then damn, son, you ain't got no chance. You ain't got no chance. So, you know, I was listening to one of the survivors, and he was talking. And he was like, he wasn't gay, he claimed. He was like, he just went over his house. The dude put something in his drink and then had him in a compromising situation, and he couldn't really protect himself. He was like woozy. He didn't really know what was going on. And he just happened to escape. I was looking at John Wayne Gacy, where he'll, like, get you in moves, like, you'll set yourself up. Like, he'll act like he was playing with you, wrestle with you, ask you, like, if can you escape from this, and all types of stuff. And you wouldn't think that another man would do that. Like, but, you know, I think about that stuff, too. And I'm like, would I go to somebody's house? Like, come on, son. Like, how I look going to drink at a dude house that I just met at the bar? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've had conversations with dudes at the bar, but they never asked me to go home with them. You know what I mean? I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't invite no cat that I just met at my house with me. I don't think I would do any of these things. You know what I mean? But John Wayne Gacy, he was getting people to work for him. And these were young kids, you know what I mean? Young kids. I don't know, son. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But again, you gotta be careful out here, man, because you never know what these cats is out here planning to do. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I keep my head on the swivel. You feel me? And wrestle too. I used to lie and wrestle. Exactly. And I think John Wayne Gacy used to wrestle, right? I think he was a wrestler. Yeah. But let me get up out of here. I made it to the 7-Eleven. I will catch you cats tomatoes